Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Music and Arts, Grade 5, Quarter 1, Lesson 5 to 7. Our topic for today is about bringing the past to life, adopting early Philippine arts in our creative works. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competencies and objectives. Adopt conventional processes and practices of the early Philippine performing and visual arts in their creative works. Produce creative artwork inspired by the early Philippine performing and visual arts, applying concepts, processes, and practices of the period. Contents: adopting conventional processes and practices of the early Philippine performing and visual arts in their creative works. Production of creative artwork inspired by the early Philippine performing and visual arts, applying concepts, processes, and practices of the period. Week 5, Day 1. Let's have a short activity. Name that function. Listen as I say an art form, then say its functions aloud. Each correct answer earns 1 point. First word, pottery. Answer: storage, cooking, and burial rituals. Second word, weaving. Answer: clothing, blankets, rituals. Third word, music. Answer: ceremonies, rituals, social gatherings, entertainments. Fourth word, jewelry making. Answer: symbol of wealth and status, offering to deities and ancestors. Fifth word, tattooing. Answer: convey social status, achievement, and identity, and in some cases, acts as a protective symbol. Before we proceed with the creative activity, let us try to recall some examples of conventional art forms and their functions that are still present in our community. Copy the table on your paper and provide the information that are asked for. The first one is done for you. Activity: art sampling. Conventional artworks present in the community. Example, banga. What is its function? For cooking. What form or of art does it belong? Answer: pottery. And here are some example answers. Banig or woven mat for sleeping or sitting, weaving. Gongs for rituals and celebrations, music. Tinalak cloth for clothing and cultural ceremonies. textile weaving. Tribal tattoos to show identity, bravery, and status. Body art or tattooing. And last, bulul, wooden rice god figure for worship and protection of harvest. Sculpture. Unlocking content vocabulary. Loop a word. Find the words that are described by the definitions. Write your answer on your paper. A. This refers to various learning tasks that require learners to employ creative approaches to achieve better learning outcomes. Answer: creative activities. B. This refers to the output resulting from the combination of two or more art forms. This is suggested to avoid an output that is music-centric, theater-centric, dance-centric, or art-centric. Answer: creative works. C. This refers to a distinctive learner-made set of clothes intended to communicate details of a particular character or group of people. Answer: costume. And here's the answer for unlocking content vocabulary. Creative activities, creative works, and costume. Before we start our creative activity, let's have a quick recap so you can get inspired and do your best work. Conventional art in the Philippines is very special. It includes ideas like worshiping nature, believing in spirits and ancestors, and showing respect through art. The process of making art back then used materials from the environment like leaves, clay, and threads. People passed on their skills through storytelling and showing, not always writing. Everyone in the community took part. The practices included music, dance, and theater, especially during rituals. There were also crafts like basket weaving, pottery, jewelry making, and even tattooing to show bravery or status. Don't forget the functions of these art forms like cooking, clothing, worship, or celebration, just like in the activity we did earlier. So as you create your own art, think about all this. Concepts like nature and ancestors. The processes like using natural materials. And the practices like dancing or weaving. Let's have this one. Ragragsakan concept. Community celebration, homecoming of successful head takers, culmination of budong, peace pact. Process, community participation, non-verbal communication, or steps of dancers as well as the balancing of laba mimics, the movement of women through the terraced fields. Practice. Dance with the incorporation of balancing of laba, use of tribal blankets, singing of sali dumay, and instrumental accompaniment using bamboo instruments. Art forms found in the creative work, dance, music, vocal and instrumental, visual arts, costume and tribal, blanket, textile weaving, and laba, basket weaving. This information will be helpful in deciding what creative artwork the learners group will plan and present. Week 5, Day 2. Let's have the activity, Conventional Talent. Planning time, instructions. First, I will divide you into groups. Second, sit with your group and talk about what kind of traditional Filipino art you want to focus on. Pick something that interests your group the most. Remember, your creative work should be inspired by the concepts, processes, and practices of early Philippine arts, like nature worship, community involvement, or using natural materials. Third, once you have decided, write down your plan of action and timeline to guide your group. Include the following. What to write in your group plan. A. Title of your creative work. B. List of tasks and who is in charge of each task. And C. Timeline. When you plan to finish each part. Week 6, Day 1 to 2. Presentation and rehearsal time. After you submit your group plan, it's time to start rehearsing and preparing your materials for your creative work. Before you begin, I will show you the rubric so you'll know how your work will be graded. This will help guide you as you practice and get ready. Make sure to follow your plan and work as a team. Week 7, Day 1 to 2. Presentation of final work. Performance time. As each group presents their final creative work, make sure to pay close attention to every performance. Take notes on important details like creativity, teamwork, and how well the art form represents traditional Philippine concepts. This will help you understand the effort and ideas behind each work. Before we start the performances, I'll show you the rubric and explain how each performance will be graded. This will guide you in understanding what to focus on while watching. Keep these points in mind as you evaluate the work. Let's get ready to enjoy and learn from each other's creativity. Here are the indicators. Application of conventional, concept, process, and practices. Integration of relevant art forms, music, dance, theater, visual. Creative work presentation, creativity and originality. Group effort, active participation, cooperation, and role fulfillment. 3 points being the highest, 1 point being the lowest. Learners' takeaways. Give one word that you learned from today's lesson and use it in a sentence. Reflection on learning. In one sentence, Describe how you feel after your performance. Formative assessment. Write a 2-paragraph reflection of your group's performance on your creative work. What have you realized about the conventional concepts, processes, and practices present in your creative work?
Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like at mag-subscribe para sa higit pang educational content. I-click ang bell icon para ma-update ka sa ating mga bagong video. Salamat!